And what is up, everybody? It is April 7th, Monday, and actually, it's night. For those of you who are wondering why I basically trip over my own words when I post these videos, is because it is night. I am tired. I record these videos at night due to the fact that if I try recording them during the daytime, nobody's going to let me finish. You're always going to hear somebody calling me out in the distance to, do something that they could perfectly take care of themselves but choose not to. And so what happened, so the whole purpose of this blog is I'm noticing that everybody's posting all these pictures and stuff, either Hail Hydra or funny stuff about Captain America, which means that a lot of people have gone to see the movie and their reactions were more or less the same as mine. And this week, tomorrow, as a matter of fact, or Tuesday, uh, is going to be the next episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. What I failed to mention the last time was that there was a very, very small tie-in with that episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. with Captain America Winter Soldier. For those of you who don't watch the show, uh, it's very, it's very, very, very small. But then apparently this episode is tying in with the movie, like certain events that happen. This is all happening during the movie has actually taken place, not so much after or before. So for for those of you who are watching Agents of Shield, I'm okay with it. I like the show, I do, but I seem to be stumbling across the same problem with Agents of Shield that everybody else seems to. It's that you have this perfect opportunity, this avenue, as you will, to introduce a bunch of the lesser known yet pretty popular characters of the Marvel Universe: Shang-Chi, White Tiger, Luke Cage, uh, Daredevil. You have the perfect opportunity to basically just bring any of these characters in, and you're not taking it. Josh Sweden is basically reinventing the wheel. When you see the first episode, everybody thought that the black guy jumping out of the burning building, oh, oh, that's gonna be Luke Cage. It got to be Luke Cage, and it wasn't Luke Cage. And oh, the organization that has that thing on his arm, it's got to be AIM. No, it's Centipede. Like, what the hell is Centipede? Then you see an Asian guy in the middle of the street, and he's manipulating fire. It's an Asian dude who's manipulating fire. You're like, oh snap, it's gonna be Sunfire. No, it's Scorch. Who the hell is Scorch? they like I said, they had a perfect opportunity to try to introduce all these known characters, and they're not even trying to take it, with the exception of Deathlock. And I was so happy to see that. They gave him a robotic leg. They had the eye implant on him, which is where he receives his orders from. And if he goes rogue, the eye will explode, and it's got the night vision and everything, like from that one particular uh, episode where they had a rogue Shield agent more or less doing the same thing to her. It's it is a good show. I like. Happy that they tied it in. Oh, one more thing that they totally. This was the absolute dumbest thing they could have done. You're gonna go through the trouble of introducing. Well, you've introduced more than one Asgardian, and you picked like the wimpiest looking guy to supposedly be an Asgardian warrior. That made absolutely no sense. Just for the sake of let's have a small Thor tie-in. So okay, um, uh, we'll we'll throw this in. It didn't, it was just dumb. And then this one was even dumber. You're gonna go through the trouble of bringing the actress and as well as the character of Lady Sif into the show, which was fine. I don't know anybody that had a problem with it. But then she's chasing an Asgardian who is dressed up head to toe in green, female, and she has the ability to manipulate men's feelings. Now, most of you fans who, read the old Thor comics or know anything about the Marvel Universe know who I'm talking about. At least you think you do. So, head to toe in green, has the ability to manipulate men's feelings, but she's a redhead, and her name is Lilandra. Uh, you lost me there. She's Asgardian. She's being chased by Sif. This is the perfect opportunity to introduce Amora, the Enchantress, and you create a completely different woman with the exact same powers. Come on, come on. That is the biggest problem. That is the biggest problem that I have with Agents of Shield. Uh, I mean, even Superhero Squad, as stupid as that show was, it took the time to actually introduce like all these other different the entire Marvel Universe roster. It was ridiculous. Some of the people they were coming up with, people that you don't necessarily care about, like they had when they made a Wolverine Captain Canada. They created Captain Australia, a couple of other countries, but then they also introduced Captain Britain. Part of the whole Captains of the World Corps that Captain America was a part of. Uh, they introduced Fin Fang Foom and Miss Marvel and all these other characters and villains that they just all came out of the woodwork because they had the opportunity to do it. And even though the show was absolutely stupid, fans appreciated that, and that's what Josh Whedon needs to do with Agents of Shield. You have, like I said, the avenue's open. Again, you see, I'm tripping over my words. I'm saying the same thing over and over again. I'm stuttering. It's because I'm tired. It's late, and this is the only time I could really get this done. Uh, it's like you have this open avenue, and you can use just about anybody within the Marvel Universe. Bring in the Daughters of the Dragon, the Sons of the Tiger, bring in the Hand, bring in, I think 20th Century Fox finally let go of Daredevil. You know, uh, I'll bring in, AIM was introduced in Iron Man 3. Bring in AIM. AIM is just as big a legitimate threat. When they kept saying the clairvoyant, the clairvoyant, the clairvoyant, the more and more those people were being manipulated, nobody knew who the clairvoyant was. I was thinking maybe it's MODOK. If that would have been awesome, but no. Turns out it's not. It's a tie-in with it's a tie-in with the movies, and it would have been nice to see that. It would be nice to see a lot more of that in the near future. Right now, I don't know what they plan on doing with Deathlock, or if they are gonna introduce any other Deathlocks or kill this guy off at first. They even mentioned in Captain America, Stephen Strange. You know, they're gonna be doing they're gonna be doing uh, Doctor Strange movie. Like I said, I'm tired. I am very very tired. Uh, they're gonna do a Doctor Strange movie eventually. Why not bring in some of the other defenders? Like you got Nighthawk, you got Hellcat, hell Valkyrie. I mean, you brought in you brought in Lady Sif already to tie in with the Thor movies. Okay, send down Valkyrie. That'd be perfect. Uh, Damon Hellstorm. I mean, you can't necessarily do wrong by this, any more wrong than Nicolas Cage has. Bring in Ghost Rider, hell, or even better yet, uh, everybody's supposed to think that Coulson is dead. So I guess you're not gonna be able to bring any of the main stars from any of the main movies right now. But there's just so many possibilities you could possibly go with this show, that you could keep the story good and definitely make the fans appreciate what it is that you're trying to do. I mean, Josh Whedon, between with Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel, as successful as those shows were, and even as short-lived uh, as Firefly was, to have such a huge following that it did, and especially the phenomenal job he did for Avengers, top grossing movie of all time. Yeah, Josh Whedon knows what he's doing, but at the same time, you're reinventing the wheel. This is a good show, but it could be so much better. And it's getting towards that. They're hyping up the action as far as like they really need to let go of the like internal drama between them. Like, I don't know why they had Ward and May sleeping with each other. That that was so out of left field. I have like nobody knew where the hell that came from. It's like, well, just you could see that he likes Sky, and all of a sudden he's sleeping with May. Like, where did that come from? May doesn't like anybody. But it was an interesting how that whole thing played out, and I'm really looking forward to tomorrow's episode. And I'm going to watch Captain America again with my friend Mark, as well as a few of my family members, because this movie, it is just that good. Seriously, it was better than Avengers. I don't know how much I don't know how much money it's pulled in over the weekend, but the movie was absolutely phenomenal. And you could listen, watch my previous video for that. So anyway, I'm done talking. Everybody have a good night.